It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Call us on your cell phone.
Culinary Hotline bling.
That can only mean one thing.
Yes, it can only mean one thing when it's a Wednesday and you hear that song. It means it's time for the Culinary Hotline bling. Ting, ting, ting. The very first edition of our 2018 Culinary Hotlines, and our food panel is standing by to answer all of your burning foodie questions. So if you have any culinary conundrums bugging you right now, please give us a call on 021-430-9881. Anel Potgieter, Grace Stevens, Happy New Year. Welcome back.
And to you too.
Oh my goodness. And guess what? Today we're talking all about food trends.
Yes.
That's our main
Everything.
focus. We want to talk about food trends. So if you have any questions to ask, like what is this food trend? How do you make that? Where does it come from? Any kind of questions, you're welcome to ask our food panel here and they'll answer it. Firstly, let's quickly reflect back on 2017. There were a lot of food trends and I want to know what were some of the standout ones for you and your favorites, Anel?
I like the composed salad.
The composed salad.
It's like an art form of a salad. So you actually you meng nie slaan, you don't mix it. So you take your chicken and you put your lettuce separately and you put a bit of tzatziki separately and like all lovely and you put it very artfully on a plate.
Yeah.
En dan nibbel jy en meng it yourself. So I just love that.
But you see, that's not fun for me because the fun part of eating a salad that's all mixed up like that is trying to eat it without noticing how, when the chicken's going to get finished. And then if you poke and there's no more chicken, you're like, oh, salad's done now. No more salad. Okay, but a very interesting one indeed.
Yeah.
And what about for you, Gracie?
I think, you know what, I've loved following the Instagrammers who do all these smoothie bowls.
Oh, and they do it so well.
Oh, they do. I think it's just like such a feast for your eyes as well as for your belly.
Yeah.
And I've really liked that, the way that people have just pushed the envelope on things like that.
It's just a bit, impractical for me because, a smoothie's got, you got to drink it.
Ja, en dan gooi hulle crunchy goed bo op. It's
Verstaan
like,
jy?
how do I drink it?
Like, yeah,
Like,
do
what is
you
happening?
go spoon, bowl? I don't know.
No,
How
I
do you
think
eat
that's
it?
where I think that's where we've crossed over in food. We're not thinking about how we're going to eat it.
It's like, what does it look like?
We
Can
put
I
in-
share it on social media?
Absolutely. It's
Yeah.
all about eating with our eyes first.
One thing I did enjoy, and I had one of them last year, the entire year, I think I should have more, is and I don't know, I might just embarrass myself by saying it, is it a poke bowl?
It is a poke bowl.
Yes! Okay, there it is. I was drifting between poke bowl and poke bowl,
yeah,
but
I've been
poke bowl sounds
schooled
something
this
else.
Remember, it's not a poke bowl like what you do on Facebook, poking type of stuff. It's nothing to do with that.
Bowl full of poke.
And poke is actually a Hawaiian word. It means to cut.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's where the name comes from.
So I poke the coconut. I poke the coconut.
What a nice name for a song.
Poke the coconut.
Coconut, yeah. and it is actually deconstructed sushi. So you choose a nice bowl, then you put any type of rice at the bottom. I prefer like a brown rice, like a crunchy rice, and the rice needs to be not hot but warm. It mustn't be cold.
Okay.
And then you cut up fresh fish like tuna or salmon into blocks and you marinate it in like a soya, ginger, garlic, chilies, coriander, lime juice. You marinate that and you put it on top, and then you can choose your vegetables. Like you cut a little bit of beans, radishes, a bietjie mielies, and then you eat that thing, and it is divine.
The more colourful, the better.
Me hungry.
Exactly. The more colourful, the better, I say, when it comes to poke bowls.
Yes, and it is fresh, it is healthy, you know what I'm saying? And I think it's still going to carry on in 2018.
Yeah, all right. Well, we're going to talk a lot more about food trends coming up. So if you've got any questions to ask us, then do call us on 021-430-9881. It's the first 2018 Culinary Hotline Bling! Ting, ting, ting!
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Well, all right. How about that? You can put away the crib notes now, Anel, because we're live on television.
Are we already live?
Yes, it's the Culinary Hotline Bling. Ting, ting, ting. We're doing it for the first time in 2018. We've got our very first caller on the line. Let's have a listen in. Good morning.
Hello,
Hi. Hello. What's your name?
Grace.
It's Grace. Oh, we've got a Grace in our kitchen as well. Say hi to Grace, Grace.
Hello, Grace.
Hi.
And how old are you, Grace?
I'm 13.
13 years old.
That's
It's so lovely to have you on the line. You are our very first caller of 2018. Come on. So, Grace, what's your question?
My question is, what if we don't want to have rice in those poke bowls we're talking about? Will it still be as nice?
So, what if we don't add rice? Will it still be as nice?
Yes, it will still be lovely, but you can replace it with quinoa.
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 Quinoa, it could be another grain, I don't know.
Yeah, I would also use spaghetti, and then we can do a South African version. I will put samp on it. I like cook samp in small
Now we're
and not too mushy,
Yes.
like losserig. And I'll use it with samp.
That's fantastic. Any other suggestions there, Grace, for Grace?
Well, you know what? I also don't like, I'm not a big fan of rice, so I love this question, but I
Yes.
think, Nell's got a finger on it. Yes.
That's brilliant.
Even
Okay.
just sliced lettuce or even sliced raw cauliflower. Can
Yes.
be, cauli rice.
Couscous, maybe?
Couscous,
Yeah.
I
yes.
heard Graham saying polenta at the back there. Grace, what do you like to have in your poke bowls? What do you put in there?
I don't put spaghetti. I'm a big fan.
Oh, you're a big fan of spaghetti. Okay, great stuff. Well, I tell you what, if you make one of those poke bowls with spaghetti in, or one of your family members helps you make it, take a picture for us and send it to our Facebook page. We'd love to see how your cooking is done. Thank you so much for the call, Grace. That was wonderful, wasn't it?
She's standing 13-year-old.
Love it,
It's
love it.
fantastic.
But do you think that's what's happening right now? 13-year-olds are now getting into the cooking thing. You watch television, there's food shows everywhere. Every weekend there's a market, there's a food truck. It's, people are just really getting into this. What trends have you noticed have been the most popular when it comes to the evolution of the food market?
Definitely like this, young people like to know more about food and they like healthy food.
Yes.
They like healthy stuff, vegetarian stuff, they enjoy that. Mexican food were also very big last year, like burritos and gourmet nachos. But what I saw, I just came back from Madrid from an international food show.
Fancy.
And they were very fancy. Hola!
Hola, hola, señorita. Sí.
And the food truck scene are going a bit down. There wasn't so many food trucks.
Yeah.
There were more tables where people actually could talk to the producer. So the
Okay,
interaction with the
okay.
producer is important to know where your food is coming from.
Okay, fantastic stuff. Grace, what about you?
I think people want to know where their food is coming from
Yes.
these days. And I think that's where the trend, where everything is decomposed and we can actually see what we're eating.
Yeah.
People really care about what they're putting in their mouths.
Yeah, even with deconstructed sushis, like the individual elements, but I think the most important thing, people wanting to know where their food comes from so that when it goes into their bodies, they know what it's doing to their bodies. All right, when we come back very shortly, we're going to talk about one of the biggest food trends of last year, rainbow foods and all things unicorn. And we asked the very critical question, did people take it too far?
I don't know.
We'll be back again with the Culinary Hotline playing Sing, Sing, Sing.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Call us on your cell phone.
Culinary Hotline bling.
That can only mean one thing.
Hey, we are back at it again. 2018 is the Culinary Hotline playing Sing, Sing, Sing. Grace Stevens and Anel are here answering all of your culinary conundrums, and of course you can ask those when you call us on 0214309881. Rainbow foods, rainbow-coloured foods and all things unicorn was one of the biggest trends of last year.
Definitely.
Do we all agree that some people did take it too far?
I didn't like it at all.
You're very,
Anel just getting in there, stomping the cake.
This cake, it's like purple and red and like, oh.
You
it's
shouldn't be putting those colours in your body.
All right, but look, it makes for fun occasions sometimes,
And
right?
people got really creative, which is what I really love.
Yeah.
Is that people kind of took it and then took it to the next level, and then someone else saw that and took it to the next
Yeah,
level.
exactly.
But,
The rainbow bagels that we saw, that I thought to myself, this is not really delicious. It doesn't look delicious. But anyway, listen, we've got a caller on the line, right? We got Dot on the line in Fisher. Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, thank you so much for the call. You are our second caller of 2018.
Well, Happy New Year to you guys anyway.
Oh, thank you so much. What is your culinary conundrum?
Yes, it's about the Yorkshire pudding. My grandmother came from England, and she made a Yorkshire pudding that wasn't of the spongy consistency. I've done the spongy one. It looked like more a cake, and you could cut it. And it was done with the egg and the flour and the water or the milk, depending. And it's put in the hot oil, exactly the same way as you do the spongy one. But it looked like a sponge. and I've never been able to get it correct to do it.
Okay, so making that kind of Yorkshire pudding cake, if you will.
The only Yorkshire pudding I know is the one with the very thin batter, with the egg and the flour and the water. The big secret is to put oil in your pan and to heat it up to like 200, like really, really hot,
Must
the
be
oil.
smoking.
Yeah, smoke. And then you pour it in and then it puffs up to the Yorkshire pudding. A Yorkshire pudding mustn't actually be spongy, it must be hollow. Because that's where all the sauce goes in and that's where that lekker dinge wat jy saam met jou vleis eet.
Yes.
So I don't know if you know about a spongy Yorkshire pudding.
No, that's the only Yorkshire pudding that
Yeah.
I've ever had.
Yeah.
So no.
Well, I'd suggest planting some surveillance cameras around your kitchen next time around when they're making it, and you can record the whole process and then try and practice. But thank you so much for the call. We appreciate it. Listen, we did bring some cupcakes out here, and you were going to be showing us, Grace, how
Yes,
to
let's make
decorate
some-
them using the much loved
Rainbow.
rainbow
Rolling
method.
my eyes.
Okay.
Piping bags are probably my worst enemy when it comes to the kitchen. They are so
this is a cool
intimidating.
Okay, so here's a good trick. At the bottom, you've just got to fold it over there, because otherwise it's just going to come streaming through all over your work surface. And then the idea is just to pour. So, Anel,
Okay,
I
I'm
need
gonna
an
hold this.
assistant
Okay, so you will
for
need an
this.
assistant in the...
And you're just going to pour a little bit of colour all the way down
wow.
the inside of
This
your
is
bag.
a dry piping bag.
So this is a dry piping bag. And then you just want to put that colour down. And then you will need a paintbrush just to paint it in.
Okay.
And then you just pop all your colours in.
Because, of course, it's a rainbow.
It's a rainbow, so you've got to choose all of those rainbows.
We're making a rainbow.
What is it?
I think this
It's
is
like-
so clever.
Yes.
I saw somebody made rainbow macaroons as well this way.
And you can do beautiful meringues like this
Yes.
as well. Now, I, of course, have forgotten which colours I have
Grace,
used,
I
which
really want to see how
haven't
this turns
used.
out, so you got to be quick.
So now, I don't have a paintbrush.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what.
So
use
shake,
that
shake, shake it down.
Ooh, I'm also becoming a rainbow here.
Yes.
I cut my finger. Oh.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. We don't have budget for that. Okay, so then now you get your
Okay, so now you've got to shake this down.
So you've
now,
literally-
don't squeeze, you need to shake.
Okay, squeeze,
And
don't
you
shake.
need
No,
Why don't you need to
don't
squeeze?
squeeze.
Now,
shake.
squeeze is just going to smush all those colours like your toothpaste tube when it smushes all your stripes
Okay.
together.
Okay.
So shaking is going to keep those
Okay,
colours pure.
Get in there, Gracie. This is going to be amazing. Okay, and then,
shake, shake.
and then,
The
now that
pressure is immense.
okay, close up on the
So
camera.
your first one isn't going to be great. So you
Okay.
want to
Okay, there we go.
And so
There we go.
right.
Oh wow!
And then
Look at that! Oh, perfect lines.
Da-da.
Grace Stevens, everybody. Grace Stevens on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Look at that.
Well done, Grace.
And so that would have been even better if you had a paintbrush and
if you
just
painted them
worked it
and
around a
obviously
little
I
bit.
got to all my colours because
Look at that.
yeah, look how amazing that is.
Mind blown. Okay, stick around. We've got one more little segment of the Culinary Hotline. We're going to show you how to make a proper sponge cake.
We're going to do the cream filling for a
The
sponge
cream
cake.
filling. Stick around.
I want to try this.
It's my feel good breakfast show.
All right, get back on the train ride here in the kitchen with the Culinary Hotline playing Ting 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 with Anel and Grace. The first time in 2018. We've learned how to decorate our cupcakes like that beautifully
Gorgeous.
with rainbow style. Well done, Grace. And now you're going to show us how to decorate cakes to make a cream, right?
Yes, cakes are my thing. So let's use the clover cream to make a lovely filling because a trend that really is going to follow through into 2018 are the naked cakes.
Naked cakes.
Naked cakes.
What's a naked cake?
It's a cake. Oh my word! Frog in my throat. It's a cake that doesn't have any frosting on around the outside.
Okay,
Just
all
the
right.
center pieces. But it's been trending for about since 2015 already.
It
yeah?
really
it's
has
starting now.
stretched.
Yeah,
And
it's
so
stretched, yeah.
what's more on trend now is what we call our semi-naked cake.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
Partially
So,
clothed.
It's partially clothed, yes. So just a little bit of icing sugar in there. And so I put all my cream in there.
Yeah.
And then I'm just going to whip it up.
Okay.
So
How long does that usually take, the whipping process?
about 2 or 3 minutes, but you don't want to go too far because you're going to make butter.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay. And then you can't go back from butter.
No.
No,
can't
there's no turning
unbutter
back
it.
from butter. No,
And
no,
it's
no.
going to be a sweet butter. It's not going to be
It
nice.
will be, okay? And then a little bit of vanilla.
Bit of vanilla.
Bit of vanilla in there.
Yeah.
And you whip it until it holds its form.
Okay.
So it gets nicer. You can actually see your beater making trails
Yes.
in your cream, and then you know that it's reached the right consistency.
Let's get some culinary wording in us. I know that there's ribbon state, right? When you're whipping something, and there's
Yes.
is that what we're looking for here?
No, we're not. We
ribbon
want
state.
a really nice stiff cream.
So it's got to be
So
stiff.
it's got to be
peak,
stiff.
peak,
So it will make it like a soft peak.
soft peak.
If you go
Yes.
to a stiff peak, you're gonna get butter.
Okay,
Soft
no
peak
stiff
is
peak,
butter.
soft peak. We like
So
it.
if you take your beater out, it must have like a little peak coming out from it. So that is basically it.
Is it called a beater? Oh, that
This
beater.
is a beater.
I thought the
it's
the
a whisk.
substance inside it. Oh,
Yeah,
there we go.
it's a whisk.
There we go. It's a whisk.
It is a whisk.
Ladies.
Is it a beater? Is it a whisk or is it a beater?
That's a whisk. That's more with.
Afrikaans.
Okay. We can decide that on social media. Is that the thing inside there? Is it called a beater or a whisk?
It's a whisk on a beater.
Is it a whisk or a beater?
On a beater.
That's inside there. Zoe's like electric beater. Okay. Zoe said her New Year's resolution is to cook more. So you need to start getting acquainted with these things, okay? But anyway, so I'm going to come around here to see how this process goes. So obviously if you were doing this by hand at home, it would take a lot longer.
It does take a little bit of time. This is a little bit slow. You can obviously speed it up, and does it get a little bit?
Oh!
There we go. Thank you.
Okay, we've got 30 seconds left. Let's see if we can get... It actually is. You can actually see it.
Now,
That's the fastest it can go. That's the... Okay, now you... It's all over the kitchen, Anel. It's all over the kitchen now. Okay, so how's that?
no, it needs to be a little bit stiffer.
Okay, give us a countdown. 3, 2, 1. That is all we're gonna do with it. Okay, pull it out, pull it out. No.
Okay.
So let's see. You've got it. Okay, I can
It's
see where
almost
we're
there,
going.
But this is fun. This
I
is
can see where we're going.
absolutely
Right, so I'm
fun.
going to take this off.
So
for
now
you.
is my lovely assistant.
There we go.
This morning.
So now to semi-dress
And now-
your cake.
And so now we're going to
Okay, so now you
Pop
get. Oh, there we
this
get in there. So that's just
in
with a
between.
sponge cake, right?
This is just an ordinary sponge cake.
Oh, look at that technique.
Look
It's
at that.
just. Oh yes.
And then we pop one on top there.
So then you're gonna do all these layers, but then not cover it on the outside.
No,
hence the
nothing on the outside, but you decorate it with berries.
hence the semi-naked cake.
And edible flowers are so pretty on a...
Yeah, flowers is a big, big trend on not just cakes, but on food as well for 2018.
there we go.
And what's nice about it, it naturally forms a beautiful outer side. You know,
Yes.
look 'n bietjie af. Dit lyk baie natuurlijk.
And if you wanted a little bit more, you know, I think texture is definitely a trend, is that you put it in a piping bag and then you can pipe it into little stars. And
Excellent,
then you're going to get
excellent. Ladies, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure welcoming you back for the first Culinary Hotline Bling. Ting, ting, ting. And we'll be doing it again next week. So in the meantime, do link up with us on social media, especially on Facebook, to ask all of your culinary conundrums that we will then address next week. Thank you very much. Look at that. It is a semi-naked cake. We did it here.